What's up guys, Metalshop TV here. Today we are in Prague and I'm sitting here with Tobin from Papa Roach. How are you doing?
Yeah, what's up? I'm good. All good.
I tend to ask famous rock musicians, as you are, to what is their perception of Czech Republic? Do you remember your favorite show here, or what do you think about Prague? Do you have some special memories or anything?
I just remember being really excited about coming here, for the first time and every time since, just because of the simple fact that it's just a beautiful city. It's an old city. The buildings are beautiful. The women are beautiful. The beer is beautiful. It's a great place. What's not to like about it?
Yeah. Your shows are really energetic. Yes. So what do you do to stay in shape, both like physically, because we are aging, and mentally, to be ready to every time give, in your case, 120%?
Just like, as you can see over there, we got like our yoga mats and our foam rollers to stretch out and loosen the muscles up, just work out, go to the gym. I went to the gym today, run. We have our protein and our vegetables and fruits, and try to eat healthy. But really, it's like when you get on stage, there's adrenaline that kicks in, and you don't feel anything. You just kind of feel like a superhero for an hour and a half while you're on stage, and it kind of makes you feel like you can do anything. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you feel it after the show, though. Your neck will be like, oh fuck, my neck hurts.
It's not getting better.
It's not getting better, but hey, I'm not complaining. That's just, it's like there is an element of like athleticism to what we do when you're on stage. It's like you have to take care of yourself. You have to warm up, like with your instruments, just as much as you do your physical self.
And I guess you get used to it by the time.
Yeah, over time. Yeah, we just started too. This is like the beginning of a tour. We've been off for a long time, so it's like a new season, and it takes some getting used to. You get my fingers start to hurt, a little bit. Just gotta get the calluses back. Yeah.
So, how about Jacoby? Because I know he had some problems, some issues with his vocal cords.
Yeah, he just had surgery. He just had another surgery.
It wasn't the first time that happened. So is he all right? It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he's doing good. The first two shows went really well, and his voice is holding up, and he sounds great and he feels good. Yeah, he just has to stick to his it's kind of like a strict regimen of just conserving his voice, like not talking too much during the day, warming up, and eating the right foods.
On some diet or something.
Yeah, eating the right kind of foods that don't agitate, the vocal cords, like acid, reflux type stuff. It's just things, you got to do over the years. Because I think when you're younger, when we first started, it was just like, it didn't matter. You just did it all, and you didn't think about the wear and tear. You know what I mean? But even having a couple drinks, at the end of the night, I get a fucking headache if I drink too much. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, God damn, what the fuck? That didn't used to be like that. Oh man, the good old days.
Well, with Jacob, it's a muscle, so it can get injured, right?
Yeah, no, he's good. It was what they call like a polyp or something. Before it was a node on the vocal cord. This is a polyp. I don't know, some weird. Yeah, crazy shit.
Happens. Well, let's talk for a while about your latest record. It's called Crooked Teeth.
Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting mix of old school Papa Roach and like your newer approach to things.
Yeah. I'd say so.
What would you say about this record sound-wise, from your perspective?
I think you're pretty right on with that description. It does have an old school element. We brought back a lot of the elements that really, really inspired us when we started the band, and that was, bringing back some of those hip hop influences and bringing back some of those kind of 90s era grunge, type things that we grew up on. Some of my favorite music, is from that time, the 90s. That's when we started this band. That was what I still listen to that music, you know what I mean? And That was when we were learning how to, you know, be a band, play our instruments. And the music was a lot more fun, you know, and, you know, just kind of like, just wild. And we wanted that element to come back into our band, you know what I mean? And you know, like incorporate some newer elements, you know, but not have it be like this over polished thing, you know, so still keep it raw. And
when it gets heavy, it gets heavy.
Yeah, when it gets heavy, it gets heavy. And then, you know, like we counter that, you know, with like a song like Periscope or you know, just something different. So we had a lot of fun making this record. It was probably one of the most enjoyable, you know, recording experiences ever.
It's cool. Well, what would you say is the biggest difference between you and some older bands that came out in the same time as you? There were many of them, and in the early days they maybe got the same success as you, but as the time went, right now they are maybe forgotten, and you are still headlining like arenas. Yeah. So what would you say is the biggest difference between to have this success and to not have it?
I mean, I don't know what determines success. You know, I mean, we definitely have had, you know, longevity, and that feels like a success in itself. But I mean, I think people really connect with they can sense the honesty, you know, and the urgency in our music, and you know, we're very energetic, you know, band live. You know, it's like if you're a good band live, you know, people want to continue to, and I think we keep people kind of like, you know, on their toes as far as like every record we put out, it's just a little bit different. You know, it's not the same song over and over again. I hear that from a lot of fans. They're just like, I never know what I'm going to get from you guys, but somehow I'm always, you know, I can connect with it, you know, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And we just got that we just are witty and unpredictable and sometimes we just don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? And we just keep it raw. We got this punk rock, you know, ferocious energy that's been with us since we were, you know, young kids playing in a garage that we still carry with us on stage, you know what I mean? And I think people like that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we also have a knack for writing, you know, songs that, you know, are like really anthemic and memorable and make you fucking hit you in the gut, you know, at the same time, you know, so.
I think it's important to keep changing that formula with every record and to keep bringing the fresh stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because we've been doing it so long that we even look back at our own body of work and you kind of get influenced by yourself in some weird way, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, another interesting thing is that your latest single, or one of the latest singles, Hale, it was one of the, well, it received a heavy rotation in one of the most popular Czech radios, and I think it's maybe the first time ever that happened.
Really?
So that says a lot. Yeah. You've been there today in that radio.
Yeah, when we did the radio station, that was really cool to see that, and I heard that, like, and that song was, it was one of the last songs that we recorded for the new record. It was kind of like the missing piece to the puzzle of Crooked Teeth, and we kind of wanted, we like doing this weird thing where we take like, kind of like songs that sound like they have like this kind of like happy kind of sing-along melody to it, but the lyrics are really dark.
Very deep.
Yeah, so kind of like we did that with Scars, and we just like that kind of juxtaposition, you know what I mean, in music, so. Yeah.
And it must be a pretty special feeling to know that after 20 years you still get a single that is, well, the most popular that you've ever had in some country.
Yeah, I mean, and it really, like, I think people just connect with it too, like lyrically too, you know, just like they did with Last Resort. I mean, everyone, it just sums up Crooked Teeth, you know, everybody has flaws, everyone has insecurities, and it's just like, sometimes you just have to celebrate them because everyone's got them. Like, it doesn't make you any better or worse than the next person. It's just like, we're all equal in that respect. You know, we all got skeletons in the closet, and I mean, especially right now, like what's going on, and people who are dealing with, you know, mental breakdowns and, you know, personal issues. It's like, it really is important to be able to have the strength to reach out and ask for help and just be like, dude, I'm fucked up right now. Like, just talk about it, get it out, dude, instead of holding it inside and letting your inner fucking voice, you know, take over, and that's negatively trying to impact you and make you do fucked up shit, like, you know.
Just, I think it's important to give people some, like, a hope that they are not alone. There are so many people that come through the same shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the next thing, your video to the Crooked Teeth single. I think it's really special because it's so simple and yet it's so like entertaining. There's still something that's going on, and I wonder who came up with that idea to make like a lead single to be so, to the video to be so simple and yet so strong.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you the backstory on that. That's Bryson, Jacoby's brother, who's out on tour with us. He's like in the next room probably editing some footage right now. He does all of our videos and tour diaries and, you know, a lot of the photography and stuff like that. And he was out on tour with us when we did a South American tour last year, and we were in Brazil. And I believe we were in, I can't remember this exact city, Sao Paulo, I think we were in. And we basically, that video was shot literally 10 minutes before we went on stage. It was just like, hey, let's shoot a video in the dressing room right now. Let's just play Crooked Teeth and just rock out and get weird. And we're like, all right, cool. And he put up a couple GoPros, and it was literally like we just ran through the song like 2 times and then went on stage and played a show.
It looks like it was really cool.
Yeah, we didn't expect, you know, like that many people to really like get that many views, you know what I mean? But I think it just goes to show you the power of like YouTube and social media. I mean, you can do that. You don't have to spend a shit ton of money to make a video. People just want to see you just being yourselves, being original and having fun and getting weird with the music. So that's what we did. And now we're making it a goal to do that with every song from the record. So while we're on tour, we've been shooting videos for every song.
Yeah, every time before you go to stage, 10 minutes before you go to stage, you are shooting this video.
I mean, not necessarily just before we go on stage, but like we shot some stuff last night in Berlin after the show. We are gonna go shoot some stuff when we have something planned in Belgium. We shot something in rehearsals when we were in Germany. We're just like on days off, we'll go out and we'll find like cool locations and traveling, you know, throughout this beautiful, you know, all these beautiful countries that we visit, and just try to capture all the little moments, you know, incorporate fans, all that stuff. It's gonna be fun.
Like a diary or something.
Yeah, totally.
So you've got some pretty special guests on your latest record, like MGK and Skylar Grey. Was that your idea from the start to have these people, or was it like you were creating a song and you were like, this sounds like we need someone like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was all very natural. Like, we had done a show while we were in the studio. Halfway through, we did a show with MGK, and we hung out, and he came out and performed with us, Last Resort, and then we played one of his songs. And we just kind of broke down and had a cool little hang session. And you know, just, he was a fan of Papa Roach growing up. We're a fan of his. We were working on a song. We showed it to him. We're like, hey, you should get on this track with us. And you know, here's the story, you know, here's the scenario. And he was like, cool, I'll write up a verse and send it to you. Like, we honestly he didn't do it in the studio with us. He did it in his own studio, sent it to us, and we were like, cool, slapped it on the record. With Periscope, we finished the song. Jacoby had sang it all the way through, you know, just him. And when we were listening to it, we just like, man, it just feels like this could be a cool moment to have like a female perspective, a female guest vocalist, kind of add some like sexy female vocals to it. And we were throwing all kinds of names out there, you know, like people that we thought would be cool to get on it. And it was difficult because, you know, some artists are, you know, they either take too long, or you can't get a hold of them, or they say no. And Skylar just seemed like somebody that we had actually known and met before, and she's just got she's an amazing songwriter. She's written some of the biggest hooks in pop and hip hop, you know what I mean? And so it would be, we just thought it would be cool to just have her come and sing, and she did a great job. So yeah, props to Skylar Grey.
Yeah, speaking of guests, do you have someone that you really want to work with, but you've never had a chance to work with? Something like on your dream list.
Not really. I mean, I don't really want to work with like these big names. Yeah. I'm really excited about finding like new, unheard of people, you know, and collaborating with them and seeing what they have to offer, because they have a totally different perspective, you know, on music, you know. I idolize kind of like, I love like Trent Reznor, or you know, like, you know, or it'd be really cool to have Eminem on a track, but I'm like, it just gets so, that would just be too big, you know, it's too complicated.
I guess that would take too long.
You know what I mean? It would be, it's too intimidating to have to put together, but I mean, it would be cool, you know. I think fans would love it, but I just love it, like introducing, like part of making this record, we found these two guys, these young producers who had never really made a rock record, and we did one song with them and we loved it, and we were just like, dude, we want to make our whole record with you. And they were like so excited to do this, and the energy and the excitement in the room while we were making the record, it came through in the music, you know what I mean? And so it's like, it's almost like we're helping these two producers kind of like bringing their name up, you know, by this record, and you know, like that's more of a reward, I think, than having to like track down some huge name to get on a song, you know what I mean?
Like Rick Rubin or someone.
Yeah, fuck all that, too expensive.
Yeah, because they are young and fresh, and they are ready to go for it. Yeah. Well, the last thing I want to know is, if I'm right, you've played during the last two shows a new song that should be on something new, like the snippet of a new song. At least that's what the internet said to me.
Oh, so, really? Yeah.
Are you playing something
No.
new? No? Well, fuck the internet.
Yeah, the internet thinks they know everything. And sometimes...
Because it was written in a Setlist FM, with both of your shows in Germany. Yeah, I mean, there was something that you are playing something new. We love playing stuff that no one's ever heard before. Yeah. Like, we have songs that are written that haven't been put out, and sometimes it's just cool to just like drop them, you know, in the set, but that doesn't mean it's going to be coming out on the next record or it's the next single or anything. Yeah, because it's said that it's from the album that's going to come out in 2018.
Yeah, don't listen to that shit.
So they already know when it's going to come out. Okay. So thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot, man.
Tobin Roach, Metalshop TV.
Peace out.